So looking through the top trades of last week, just going to start off by looking at a stock. And the first thing is to have a look at Marks& and Spencer, which come out with quite a bit of news today, potential sort of takeover on it. So big spike in the price today. Now the thing about Marks& and Spencer is, really with Trendsignal, we're quite big trend followers. So the green line here on my monthly chart, really telling us that we want to be looking for buying opportunities. So now that I move to my daily chart, if I look at that as an example here, we had a buy on Thursday of last week. A lovely buy there at 372, targeting about 388, 389 on this market here, the top of this red line here. So with Trendsignal, those green lines getting into buy trades, those red lines then perhaps looking for areas to take profits. Of course, we spiked quite significantly through that level this morning, but nonetheless, a good sort of 6% profit or so on the gap over the weekend there. So really nice move on the stocks there off that daily chart in just a couple of days. So about 6% up in a couple of days there. Moving through to the FTSE. Now, we've been long FTSE for quite some time and really looking for opportunities to buy this market. So looking here at my daily chart again, we had what we call a continuation buy trade. Now, I'm not here to talk too much about really the reasons why we're looking to get into trades, but this is a classic buying opportunity here for what we call a continuation. So as those lines here turned from red back to green again, this gave us an opportunity there at 63.57, targeting 64.94, and about 140 points profit made on that trade over the coming few days. So this is off the daily chart, which is great for those of you that can only really look at the markets maybe once a day, once every couple of days, something like that. So certainly get some great opportunities off that. It's about 140 points on that as well. So really nice moves. Those of you, however, you have a little bit more time perhaps to look at the markets, maybe looking at the markets 3 or 4 times a day, you could probably look at something like a 4-hour chart. And we had a very similar picture here on the S&P 500. Classic sort of buying opportunity again here at around the sort of the 14th, looking to buy the S&Ps at about 15.54. Market giving us about a 70-point profit on that move there within sort of 24 hours. So really nice move. Again, looking to the buy side. A lot of these markets are, moving up quite strongly last week, giving us some really good opportunities to continue that major trend and give us some really nice profits there, particularly on those index markets. It's quite interesting though, looking at what's happened. Obviously we're on Monday today, so after the Cyprus news, a lot of those indices have really come back quite a lot actually, really pinning back significantly after that news from Friday. We actually had an opportunity to sell here on Friday. What's quite fascinating is, without going into too much detail, but just quickly bring up the weekly chart. The last time we were up here was quite a while ago, but we hit a major resistance point up here on Friday, around that sort of 15.58 level there. Market hit that level, 15.57, my resistance line is, hit that level. Let's just zoom into that. See that green number there? It's a major resistance point back from 2007. We hit that level, we rejected it, a massive opportunity to sell. I didn't get on it myself, but I know certainly if you're looking for opportunities to go against the trend, and that is a significantly exciting area to look to take those short trades. Otherwise, however, it was a lovely opportunity to buy earlier in the week and a lovely trade for profit there. Moving through to sterling dollar, a couple of markets I think market was really good last week. Obviously, we've been scything off quite aggressively into the early part of the week, and that then left us with an opportunity to buy here. Really, the sort of the small hours of Wednesday. You see how the direction of the market here, these indicators change. The little sniper circle there. So on the 4-hour chart, that gave us an opportunity to buy what we call a sniper long. Really nice move on a drastically oversold, massively overshot sterling dollar there. So how do we take a trade like that? Indicators turning from red to green, little yellow disc there highlighting that timing for that entry. So on this bar here, looking for this red line as the target. So looking at a target zone around that sort of 150.70 area from an entry about 149.04, about 160 point profit on that trade there. Market moving up there really nicely, and a very good trade there to the long side on what was, as I say, a very overshot, a very oversold sterling dollar. That's a 4-hour chart. But I've got to say, some of you are going to be much more interested in the day trading side of things. Had some significant moves last week, but my one trade of the day, I like to keep these videos quite short, my one trade of the week last week was equally on sterling dollar. We already saw how from about sort of Wednesday, we were in buy mode. We were looking for opportunities to buy sterling dollar, as we can see from that 4-hour chart a few seconds ago. I then got a classic opportunity to buy here. And what I'm looking for my chart is these indicators here just to confirm together. You see that being below this 25 area there, turning from red to green. This line also turning from red to green as well. So at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, I had that opportunity to buy 149.23. I'm targeting this red line here, and I'm going to put a stop in just around here, 149.06, and I'm going to put my target in around 149.80 or so, just shy of that. This is a 3-to-1 trade. This is why it's my pick of the week, because it's a fantastic risk reward on this trade. For a day trade, 3-to-1, it's fantastic. And let's just see what happens. Let's just treat this as a really easy trade to manage. Let's put your target in, let's put the stop in, let's make it as laissez-faire as we can, and let's just see what happens. Just going to tighten up this chart a little bit here. I'm a great fan of what we call set and forget. Market then starts to move up a little bit. Back down she comes and so on. But let's tighten that chart up. Start to see, and there she goes. Market moves up, hits our target, and we take our profits there at 149.79. Significant move higher on that Thursday, but you know what? We're very, very happy with the profits we made there on Wednesday. 3-to-1. Let's say you're going to risk 100 quid on that trade. That's potentially 300 quid you could have made on that trade there. Great trade. So a good week last week, some really nice moves, and obviously a lot of volatility into this weekend. It's going to make for a very fascinating week for the week starting this 18th of March. Thank you very much for listening.